Hey friends, for today's class, we are going to be channeling the warrior within. Go ahead and grab your props that you will need today, either a blanket or 2 yoga blocks to bring the ground closer to you. Let's get started on the mat. And come into an easy seat. Close your eyes. Take a moment to settle in. Draw an awareness to the natural rhythm of your breath. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Relax the jaw. Now go ahead and interlace the fingers behind your back, left thumb over the right thumb, and chase the ground away from you. And bring that bind over to the left side of the body and create some circles around your neck. Maybe focus on particular areas that feel tight today. Go ahead and switch directions. Maybe draw your ear towards your left shoulder. See how that feels. And go ahead and switch the clasp behind you. This time the right thumb goes over the left thumb and bring that bind over towards your right waist. And circle around the neck. Clearing out the cobwebs. And slow and gently. Go ahead and chase the ground away from you with that clasp. Then we're going to bring our hands to heart center. Interlace the fingers. Take a deep inhale. And on the exhale, round through the upper back here, creating this cat-like spine. Separating through the shoulder blades. And inhale, try to draw your shoulder blades as if they're trying to kiss each other. And exhale, round down through the spine. Inhale to rise. And exhale to lower. Inhale to rise. And exhale to lower. And go ahead and come into a tabletop position. Just bring the shoulders directly over the wrists. The knees will go underneath the hips. And we're going to push the ground away from us with particular attention with the index knuckle and the thumbs here. And just create some circles over the wrist. Again, it's really important to warm up the wrists before a vinyasa class, as we will be on our wrists a lot in this class today. But go ahead and just breathe easy and perhaps explore different shapes with the spine, from cat to cow, as you circle over the wrists. Push the ground away from you with the fingertips and the inner hands. Just be exploratory here. And go ahead and bring the fingers so that they're facing towards your body, making sure that you've created a wide enough stance and space for your hands here. You could either shift forward, shift back, or you could come into plank pose. Just make sure that your heels are driving towards the mat here. And lower the knees down to the mat. And we're going to push up into downward facing dog. Keep bent knees in your downward facing dog. And resist the ground away from you with your hands here. Try to plug the thigh bones into the hip socket. Engage through the core, create that rounding in the upper back. You could pedal out through the feet. Pedal tightness out of the body. Take an inhale. And the bottom of the exhale, spring forward and ripple your spine over into a high plank pose. And exhale, hover the knees just above the mat as you push back into downward facing dog. Take an inhale. And on the exhale, ripple forward, tailbone in to your high plank pose. Exhale, hover the knees above the mat and push back into downward facing dog. We'll do that one more time, and this time we'll add the vinyasa here. And in Awakening Yoga, we do our vinyasas a little different, so follow along here. Inhale, and on the exhale, tailbone in, ripple forward, look forward, take a full push-up. High plank, drop the knees down, followed by the forearms. And inhale, pull your way into upward facing dog, top of the feet pushing down on the mat. And exhale, push back into downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg lifts up high towards the sky. Bend the right leg and land your right foot to the outside of right hand. Drop the back leg down, twist open towards the right side. Exhale, straighten out through the front leg. And it can be a micro bend if needed, just straight-ish. To modified pyramid pose. Inhale, gaze forward. Left foot meets the outside of left hand. Rise up into your active squat and try to find some buoyancy here in the hips. Try to push the knees outwards here. You could even bounce a little bit, making sure you're reaching your arms in front of you. Exhale to straighten out the legs. Hands come to heart center. Inhale, rise your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, sink the hips down low into active squat. Inhale, hands come down to the earth. Left leg pushes back, followed by the right. Come back into downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg lifts up towards the sky. Bend the left leg and ripple forward. Left foot lands to the outside of left hand. Drop the right leg down, twist open towards the left side. Take an inhale. Exhale, straighten out through the left leg into modified pyramid pose. Remember, you don't necessarily have to straighten out the leg. We're just looking for sensation here. Left foot comes down outside the mat. The right foot meets the outside of the right hand. Arms reach out in front of you into active squat. Exhale, straighten out through the legs. Hands come to heart center. Inhale, float the arms up towards the sky. Look up, gaze up. Exhale, sink the hips down low into active squat. Inhale, hands come down to the earth. And this time we're going to take that full vinyasa. So either step back or float back to your vinyasa. Now we're going to take 4 more rounds of Awakening Yoga Surya Namaskar A here, but this time you have the opportunity to hop or float to the outside of your hands. Remember to keep your arms straight here, activate through the core, send the hips back up into space. Take a deep inhale. Bottom of the exhale, lift heels, bend knees, gaze forward between the thumbs, and float into your active squat. Exhale, straighten up through the legs, hands come to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, sink the hips down low in active squat. Inhale, hands come down to the earth. Look forward, either step back or float into your vinyasa. Try to find your rhythm in these next 3 rounds. Lift the heels, bend the knees, bottom of the exhale, float or hop into active squat. Exhale, straighten out through the legs, hands come to heart center. Inhale, float the arms up towards the sky, look up. Exhale, sink the hips down low into active squat. Inhale, hands come down to the earth, bend through the arms, look forward, either step back or float into your vinyasa. No pause here, 1 breath per movement. Lift the heels, bend the knees, either hop or float into active squat. Exhale, straighten out through the legs, hands come to heart center. Inhale, float the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, sink the hips down low into active squat. Inhale, hands come down to the earth, look forward, either step back or float into your vinyasa. One more round here. Lift the heels, bend the knees, gaze between the thumbs. Either hop or float into active squat. Exhale, straighten up through the legs. Hands come to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, sink the hips down into active squat. Inhale, hands come down to the earth. Look forward. Either step back or float into your vinyasa. We'll take 5 breaths in downward facing dog. Hopefully that's created enough tapas or heat in the body. Tap into your Ujjayi breath here. Keep your downward facing dog active here. Squeeze the core, send the tailbone up towards the back of the room. And when you're ready, we will enter into Awakening Yoga Surya Namaskar B. So lift the right leg up towards the sky, bend the right leg, ripple forward, right foot meets the outside of right thumb, rise into bent leg, double bent leg lunge. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, pull your collarbones forward as we enter into crouching warrior. Keep the right leg bent here. Exhale, straighten out through the right leg. Inhale, trust your leg in space here. Send the left foot back down in the mat and rise into crescent lunge. Hand comes behind the nape of the neck. Inhale to reach out. Exhale, hands come down to the earth. Push back into 3-legged dog. Inhale, look forward and pull your way into upward facing dog. And exhale, push back into downward facing dog. Let's work on the left side. Inhale, lift the left leg up towards the sky. Bend the left leg. And drop the left foot to the outside of left hand. Rise into double bent leg lunge. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. Inhale, gaze forward, bend through the left leg into your crouching warrior. Keep the left leg nice and strong here. Exhale, straighten out through the left leg. Inhale, right foot meets the back of the mat. Come into your high lunge here. Hands reach the back of the neck. Inhale to lengthen out, straighten through the back leg. And exhale, hands come down to the earth. Push back into three-legged dog and pull your way into upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. We'll do 2 more rounds of this area B. Lift the right leg up towards the sky. Bend the right leg. Right foot meets the outside of right thumb. Rise into double bent leg lunge. Straighten out through the back leg here. Bring hands to heart center. Gaze forward and pull your way into bent leg crouching warrior. Exhale, straighten out through the right leg. Inhale, back of the left foot meets the mat here. Come into your high lunge. Hands come down to the neck and reach out. And exhale, hands come down to the earth. Push your way back into three-legged dog. Gaze forward and pull your way into upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up into the sky, bend through the left leg, and ripple forward. Left foot meets the outside of left thumb. Rise into double bent leg lunge. Straighten out through the back leg. Hands come to heart center. Inhale, collarbones go forward. Be strong in that left leg. Bent leg, crouching warrior. Exhale, straighten out through the left leg. Inhale, back right foot meets the mat. Come into a high lunge here. Hands meet at the back of the neck. Inhale to reach out, straighten through the back leg. And exhale, hands come down to the earth. Push back into three-legged dog. Gaze forward and pull your way into upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. One last round here. Lift the right leg up towards the sky. Bend the right leg. Ripple forward so the right foot meets the outside of right thumb. Rise into double bent leg lunge. Exhale, straighten out the back leg. Hands come to heart center. Inhale, pull your way forward into bent leg, crouching warrior. Exhale, straighten out through the right leg. Inhale, bend through the right leg. Keep that power in that right leg. Back foot meets the back of the mat. Come into a high lunge here. Hands come down the back of the neck and stretch open. Exhale, hands come down to the earth. Pull your way back into three-legged dog. Gaze forward. And pull your way into upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Lift the left leg up into the sky. Bend through the left leg. Left foot lands the outside of left hand to the inside of the left hand. Sorry about that. Rise up into double bent leg lunge. Exhale, straighten out through the back leg. Hands come to heart center. Inhale, pull your way up into bent leg, crouching warrior. Exhale, straighten through the left leg. Inhale, the back foot meets the back of the mat. High lunge here. Hands come to the back of the neck. Reach out, stretch. And exhale. Hands come down to the earth. Pull your way into upward to a three-legged dog. And pull your way up to upward facing dog. And exhale, push back. Downward facing dog. And from your downward facing dog, right leg lifts up to the sky. Bend the right leg and ripple forward so that your right foot lands to the outside of right thumb. Turn out through the left heel and rise up into your warrior two. Can you sink the hips lower? For every inhale, can you reach forward with your right arm? And on every exhale, can you reach back with your left arm? Try to create space here. Both legs should be working. One last breath. And on the exhale, hands come down to the earth. Either step back into downward facing dog or take the vinyasa. You can modify or intensify your practice as needed. Left leg reaches up towards the sky. Bend through the left leg. Ripple forward so that the left foot lands on the outside of left thumb. And rise up into your warrior two. Can you lift through the lower belly here? And can you drive down on the mat with the inner arches of your feet? Can you step down with the big toes of each foot? Can you lengthen out through the spine, through the crown of the head? And can you sink the hips down low? One more breath. Exhale, hands come down to the earth. Either step back into downward facing dog or take the full vinyasa. So now we will be building up through this warrior series here. Lift the right leg up towards the sky, bend the right leg, ripple forward so that the right foot lands to the outside of right thumb. Rise up into warrior two. And bring the left hand down on the mat. Bring your right foot so that it goes over the left leg and come into your Vashisthasana side plank. You can modify by bringing the left leg down, or you could come into a wild thing variation. The choice is yours today. Just create length in the side body here. Then go on the outer edges of the left foot and either step back into downward facing dog or take the full vinyasa. Left leg reaches up high to the sky. Bend through the left leg. Ripple forward so that the left foot lands to the outside of left thumb. Rise into warrior two. Bring the right hand down towards the mat and bring the left knee close to the chest as you enter into your side plank or your wild thing. Create space here. One last breath. Close off through the shape. Either step back into downward facing dog or take the full vinyasa. Right leg reaches up high to the sky. Bend the right leg. Drop the right foot to the outside of right thumb. Rise up into your warrior two. Exhale, left hand comes down to the earth and come into your Vashisthasana side plank. New pattern here. Now go on the outer edges of your left foot as you draw the right knee close to your chest and bring the right foot as slowly as you can to the outside of left thumb. Rise into your side angle pose. Can you spin the lungs up towards the sky? Just breathe into your side body here. Exhale, hands come down to the earth. Either step back into downward facing dog or take the full vinyasa. No pause here. Left leg reaches up high towards the sky. Bend through the left leg and push forward so that the left foot lands to the outside of left thumb. Rise up into your warrior two. Exhale, right hand comes down to the earth. Bring the left knee close towards your chest and come into your Vashisthasana or wild thing variation. Exhale, left foot
comes to the outside of right thumb, but as slowly as you can. Come up into your side angle pose here. Push out through the back toe, the back big toe. Create length of the side body. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, hands come down to the earth. Either take the vinyasa or step back into downward facing dog. Right leg lifts high into the sky, bend the right leg, and drop the right foot to the outside of right thumb. Warrior two. Exhale, left hand comes down to the earth, come into your side plank. Take an inhale. And exhale, right knee comes down towards the chest and spin your way up towards the front of the mat. Rise up into your side angle pose. Inhale. And come up into your reverse warrior here. Gaze up towards the palm. And exhale, hands come down to the earth. Find your way into your downward facing dog or take the full vinyasa. Lift the left leg high up into the sky, bend through the left leg, and land the left foot to the outside of left thumb. Rise into warrior two. Bring your right hand to the mat and come into your version of a side plank. Exhale to close off the shape. Bring the left knee towards the chest and land your left foot to the outside of right thumb. Come up into your side angle pose. Then reverse your warrior. Gaze up to the thumbs. Get strong in the feet here, your foundation. And exhale, hands come down to the earth. Either take the full vinyasa or step back into downward facing dog. No pause here. Lift the right leg up towards the sky. Bend the right leg. Land the right foot to the outside of right thumb. Rise up into warrior two. We'll take this round at more pace here. Left hand comes down to the floor. Come into your side plank. Spin on the outer edges of your left foot and draw the right knee towards the chest and land the right foot to the outside of left thumb. Side angle. Reverse your warrior. Then straighten out through the front leg. Send the hips back into space. And reach out forward, forward, forward. And extend into your Trikonasana, triangle pose. Create length in the side body, or you could float the right hand off from the ground here to add a bit of a challenge. Exhale, hands come down to the earth. Either take the vinyasa or step back into downward facing dog. And lift the left leg up high into the sky, bend the left leg, ripple forward, left foot lands to the outside of left thumb. Rise up into warrior two. Right hand comes down to the earth and come into your version of a side plank or wild thing variation. Take an inhale. And exhale, spin to the outer edges of the right foot. Bring the left knee towards the chest. Land the left foot to the outside of right hand. Side angle pose. Reverse your warrior. Straighten out through the front left leg. Send the hips back and up into space as if they're trying to reach the back of the room here. Push off through the big toes and the inner arches of the feet. Lift and reach, 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 reach. Come down into your Trikonasana. Push off from the back foot. Create a stable foundation. And if you'd like to add a bit of a challenge, float your left hand off of the mat. Gaze up. Challenge your balance here. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down to the earth. Either step back into downward facing dog or take the full vinyasa. One more round, but this time we'll take it in rhythm here. So one breath Curve movement. Lift the right leg up towards the sky. Bend the right leg. Ripple forward. So land the right foot to the outside of right thumb. Warrior two. Exhale, side plank. Inhale, side angle pose. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, reach out. Send the hips back into space. Triangle pose. Exhale, hands come down to the earth. But this time, push your way into three-legged dog. Gaze forward and pull your way into upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And from your downward facing dog, just drop the knees down to the mat, toes touching, and send your hips back into child's pose. You can rest your forehead onto the mat if you wish. But try to lengthen out through the side body by reaching your fingers forward, forward, forward. And just breathe here. All the hard work is over. And take as much time as you need in this child's pose. Great job, everyone. I know it was a challenging practice today, but I hope you're feeling good after this warrior series. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been an honor to share this practice, this breath, wherever you are. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this page. I bow down to you and all of your efforts. Namaste.